Right, the BMW M2 joined iRacing for Season 1 2025, and this is a track guide of Oulton Park, so you guys can finish those races, get those all-important points, and ultimately enjoy the car a lot more. This is the track guide that is using the official date and time of the race for Season 1 2025, so you know it's the most accurate, so let's crack on and get on with the guide. Right then, Oulton Park, great little circuit, but it is quite awkward to overtake, so qualifying is going to be key. Hunting for turn 1, we use the little sign there on the left-hand side that tells us to turn right. That is our braking point. Breaking a straight line down the white line. Be careful of touching the grass and get off the brake to turn in. You see I get good rotation now when the car settled down through the corner. Get on the power at that point and be careful about running too far wide. There is an off track out there, and if you go really wide, there is a slowdown, so that'll avoid any qualifying laps and or race times. Coming down the straight now, we come over a little crest, so be careful on cold tyres. It can get a little bit unstable here, and there is a dip just about there. We want to brake just before we go down the dip. There it is, all the way down into third gear for this one. Get nice and close to the curb and let the car settle down. See, gently on the throttle. Once I get on the curb and the car begins to rotate for me, feeding that power nicely. Again, be careful about running too far wide. There is a horrible little off track out there, and it will ruin a lot of lap time, so please bear that in mind. Nice little straight here coming up to the kink, so we've got to prepare for the braking zone, which is on our right hand side. That little service road, gravel trap, whatever you want to call it. Brake nice and gently down to fourth gear. Now, you want to aim for the end of the curbing, but do not touch that grass because there is an off track out there if you do cut the corner. Again, it's silly, but it's Oulton Park. Braking point for the hairpin on the white line there. Just it straightens up down into the corner. Brake really heavy. Third gear for this one. I find third gear is a little bit nicer through here because second you get a horrible snap sort of oversteer on exit about now. Be careful applying the throttle here. You see I'm cautious. It is very slippery on exit, and if you run too far wide, there is a horrible bump on that curb as well on the left hand side as we pass. Be careful of coming around here. The car can get unstable on cold tires, but as we see that marshal post again, brake as we start to see it, and then brake diagonally across this curb. You can cut it quite a lot. Be careful of the tire barriers. They are made of granite and they will not move. Take the second one nice and easy, and do not cut this corner here on the third part of this complex. There is an off track out there and it will ruin your lap time. Nice little straight now. Prepare for dive bombs in this next chicane. It will happen. Let them sail off into Narnia. So we're using the 100-meter marker there. Brake in a nice straight line again. Get it all the way down. Use second gear for this one because you really need to slow the car down. Get nice and close to the tyres as you dare, and just be nice and easy. Compromise this second one. Stay as far left as you can, and I short shift into third to make my life easier for this little kink here. Just as we get onto the left-hand side, lift off, let the car settle down, get it touching that curb, get it balanced over the bumps, and then full throttle. Again, be careful. Don't run too far wide. There is an off track that will affect your lap times if you are on qualifying. Up the hill now, we need to get a good exit out of that corner because it's a good run here into a fast double right-hander. Be on the right-hand side. Let it full throttle around here. Be careful on cold tires again. Just as the white line dips in there, look, that's when we want to start braking. All the way down into fourth and then third. Don't worry about the first apex. All we're trying to do is set up this second one. Get on power, let the car settle down, get on full power, short shift into fourth if you need to, and just make sure you get a good run into that last corner. It's all about getting a run out of that corner. Don't worry about the apex, just get a good full throttle section out of it. Braking for the last corner, left hand side there, we've got a sign that says turn right, so braking nice and heavy all the way down to third again. Be careful on here because it is very narrow on exit, so we want to compromise the corner as best we can, take it nice and easy, and we want to avoid oversteer going over that crest. It goes over a crest, a lot of people will take that corner way too fast, get on the grass on the left and spin out on the right hand side, so be careful. Take that corner slower than you think. Now let's have a look at every corner with a overhead shot. Right, bit of a detail of the actual racing line that you want to take. So bear on the left-hand side on the way into the corner. Get the braking done in a straight line. Let the car naturally coast in. Be careful of cutting that corner too much, and be careful of the off-track here as well because it does come up and bite you quite quickly. Right then, turn 2 and 3 complex, so we're keeping to the right hand side. Be careful of touching the grass here on the way into the corner. Get nice and early to that curb. Hold it, then start applying the full throttle zone. Do not drift out too far wide because there is a horrible little off track here as well, so please bear that in mind, and then you're off down the straight. Turns 4, be careful on the way in and be very careful of the apex because they both have off track. So yeah, the apex is there, and you also want to be careful of the off track. It is quite harsh even if you dip a tire on it. Be careful of the braking zone. Make sure you're braking in a nice straight line as well into the hairpin, and remember third gear because second just gives you a snap of oversteer on exit, which isn't ideal. Nice and slowly around here. Do not get on throttle too early, and be careful of the bumps here on apex as well, and be careful about this tracking too far wide. That's why you need to make sure that you're not going to run wide here before you get on throttle. Again, this little kink coming into the complex of the left chicane, just keep on the far right hand side. Right, 7, 8, 9 complex, and I've circled the tyres because they're dangerous, but straight line it on the way in as you can, and then get all the rotation done here. Get as close as you can to the tyre barriers, and be careful of the off track here on exit, but try and get a smooth exit the best you can. 10, 11, and 12 complex, we're entering on the left hand side. Again, the tyre barriers are circled. Get as close as you can, but really start slowing the car down and really compromise this left hander. You want to stay as far left as you can to open up the kink, because that's the most important corner. Turning gently, be careful not to touch the grass on the outside, and be careful about cutting that one too much. There is a bump and that will cause you to run wide here and get the off track, so please bear that in mind as well. Right, double right handers, beautiful getting right. Be careful of the grass on the way in. You can spin out there if you do cut it too much. Don't worry about the first apex. All you're doing is focusing about this one. Get as close as you can without cutting it too much, and be careful of coming over the crest about now and running wide onto that bit of grass there. Last corner now, get the braking done nice and early. Remember, slow in, fast out of this one. Get a nice late apex about now, and make sure you do not run too far wide over here on the left hand side. People will do it and spin out, so please be careful going around there.